Welcome back to another video. Today we got some stories about some teachers. And bro, tell me not. In every single school you go to, there's always one teacher that's just really weird. The school makes a misjudgment in the hiring process and they let one slip. You know, it just happens. But anyways, a lot of you have been asking for like my personal stories. So I decided at the end of this video, I'll tell my own personal story about a creepy teacher I had at my school. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the first story. And now we'll call this teacher Miss Davidson. So the subscriber had Miss Davidson for his 9th grade English class, and yeah, just the first look, just the first judgment, he already knew like she was weird as hell. It didn't really take much for him to figure that out, but at this point he was like, whatever, I'm stuck with her for the rest of the year. This is my English teacher. You know what? I might as well try to be on like good terms with her. And now at the start of the school year, you know, things were going fine for him, right? Like he wasn't struggling in the class or anything, but later throughout the year, he started to struggle a bit. And naturally, it is English class after all, so he's gonna struggle. Like that shit's ass. I've never heard a single soul talk about, oh yeah, I loved the part in English class where we analyzed why the carpet was blue and the author had like, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense for the most part. It's just like a bunch of theories. Sometimes he'd just start pulling shit out of thin air. He'd be like, all right, so the carpet was blue to really contrast the rest of the room and to match the vibe and the energy it was given. He'd write some shit like that, and sometimes she'd be like, very good, 100, like, all right? It just didn't make sense, but bro, unfortunately, was failing the class because, well, it was really difficult. Most of the assignments, he was just shooting and missing, and he didn't really know what to write. So at one point, it was inevitable. He talked to his parents, and he was like, all right, look, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with my English teacher. Like, I just keep getting bad grades, and then, like, on assignments where I write random-ass answers, I get good grades, so I just don't know what to do. So his parents tell him, oh yeah, you should definitely, like, go talk to her, try to get some extra help if you can. It's important to get the extra help if you need it. So the next morning, he starts off his day by stopping at his local coffee shop. And now he sees her and another teacher just like chilling in there, like facing each other, like chatting it up, and he thinks absolutely nothing of it. He's just like, oh, maybe they're just talking about school stuff. Yeah, little did he know it was way past school stuff. She says hi to him, he grabs his coffee and goes to school. But anyways, 5th period starts. It's time for his English class. He walks in and immediately goes to her desk and says, oh yeah, I don't even know. Did I call her Miss Davidson? I don't fucking know what I called her, but yeah, Miss Davidson, do you think I could get some extra help on the next essay? Like, I don't know if I'm like, what I'm doing wrong. I just want to make sure that, you know, I do well on this next assignment. And she's like, yeah, just come to my classroom after school. He's like, all right, cool. So he takes his seat and was completely unaware of what was going to take place next. And at this point, there was like 1 period left to go in the day. And now at one point in the classroom, the teacher like just said, oh yeah, you guys can work on your next essay. So everybody was just typing away. And then this guy that, you know, was another teacher at the school, he came in to like talk to her. And this dude was standing there for a while. And again, he didn't think anything of this. He was just like, this all clicked in his head later, but he was just like, oh, all right, maybe they're just talking about school stuff. I don't know. I don't really see any other possibility here. I'm just not really sure what else he would be doing here. So 6th period happened to be this teacher's off period that day, right? But the subscriber, he was like, all right, let me get my essay open and shit. You know, the day's almost over, like 5 minutes left. He gets his shit ready, and as soon as the bell rings, he just starts heading over to her room. He gets there, and he hears somebody in there. And again, he doesn't think anything of it. He's like, all right, maybe someone else is going in for extra help. Who knows? But he made a note that it was like, damn, this shit was kind of loud. Like, I don't know why this dude was being so loud. And now he didn't think like anybody would be like in the room, you know, that was not supposed to be in the room. So he's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just open the door. He opens it expecting to see his teacher, but yeah, not only did he see his teacher, he saw the other teacher from earlier and his teacher just making out like right next to her desk. And he's like, there's no way she's actually doing this right now. What the hell? As soon as she heard that door open, she was shitting bricks. Like, she knew, like, yeah, it's raps. She knew that he was gonna know and the whole school was gonna know, and essentially it was just raps. And the thing is, this teacher had a husband, all right? She was not single. Sometimes in class, she would talk about, like, how she had a husband, blah, 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 whatever. And at this point, he was just like, damn, wow, she really just fucking cheated on her husband with this other dude. That is crazy. And she was like, oh, subscriber, I forgot you were coming in today. And that other dude, he dips out of the class classroom so fast. And she's like, oh, subscriber, yeah, I need to talk to you. So she sits him down, and at this point he was mad confused. He's trying to figure out what the hell he just witnessed. He looks at her, and she looks like fucking petrified right now. Like she looks scared as hell. She was like, subscriber, please don't tell anybody what you just witnessed today. My husband can't find out about this. The principals can't find out about this. She was just like, yeah, I just made a really dumb mistake. Oh, really? You did? I had no idea. Like, you just cheated on your husband. Of course you made a dumb mistake. And she was like, please, for the love of God, don't tell anybody. Don't let it get to your friends. Don't let it get to the principals. She was begging for him not to say shit. And of course, I mean, he didn't really want to tell anybody, right? Like, he wasn't looking to ruin this lady's marriage. Like, he just felt extremely weird about it. He was just like, okay. And he's just like, but what's in it for me, though? Like, I just want to know. And she's like, I'll give you an A. Like, I'll just do whatever it takes. And he's like, all right, perfect. I'm in. I mean, obviously, he felt bad for extorting her for grade. But if she was going to offer to give an A, shit, man, I'd take it. Like, if I was failing the class. So he's like, you know what? I don't even have to worry about this next essay. I can write something, turn it in, and I'll still get an A. And now he turns it in, and what do you know? He gets an A. Now, his next assignment for the year, obviously, he was going to need help on. So he was kind of screwed. He was like, all right, at this point, I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know if I should even go up to her for help. I have no clue. But he's like, I don't know if I want the best grade possible. I might have to. So what he decides to do is he gets a friend to like help with his first draft, right? So, and then he takes that first draft to the teacher. So he walks to her classroom this time, and basically what happened was he walks in and he just sees her getting reprimanded by the principal. And of course that other teacher was there, and he's like, oh shit, what the hell just went down? And the principal was like, subscriber, excuse us for a moment. And he's like, oh shit, damn. They probably got caught red-handed. Like, it was wraps at that point, bro. There was no coming back at that. Like, they got caught in the act by the principal. Like, I don't think, like, there's any saving their careers at this point. Now, he's kind of just standing awkwardly out there. Like, he has no fucking clue what's going on. But he can kind of hear the principal through the door. He was like, why would you ever do that on school grounds? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, don't tell me that. Actually, there's no way. Like, you cannot tell me a crusty, dusty ass classroom will get you going, bro. What the you gotta be one weird ass individual to say that, bro. And at one point he was yelling like so loud, like he was like, I can't believe I caught you in front of one of our students here. Like, look how embarrassing this is. She just walked out, did not say a word, and the principal literally just escorted her to his office, and the other dude, of course. And the principal was like, I'll be back in a moment, and I'll get you someone to give you extra help. And then like 10 minutes later, the principal comes back. He was like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I had to fire those two teachers. I can't believe they would do that on school ground. He was like, damn, holy shit. What the hell did I just walk in on? But anyways, the principal looks at him and he's like, all right, so I'm just going to send you to this room for extra help because that is crazy. Like, I can't believe she did that. And then when the principal walked into the classroom the next day, he had to explain to everybody that the teacher got fired, right? And he explained that there'd be a substitute teacher for now, but eventually they were going to get a replacement teacher. And everybody was like, oh my God, I wonder why she got fired. That's crazy. And there was like all sorts of rumors spreading around the school as to why she got fired. But the subscriber knew the exact reason why she got fired on that very day. He heard a rumor about her doing like coke in the bathroom or some shit. Like, he was hearing some crazy ass rumors. But what she did was pretty crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And of course her husband found out. So yeah, her relationship got ruined as well. And of course we got a good ending here for the subscriber. He ended up passing the class. He didn't have to worry about getting shit grades anymore. This other teacher was pretty good. This next story is about me, all right? Or, well, I'm not really like the main focus of the story, but this was just something that happened in my life that was similar. So I figured, I'm like, you know what? I'll just tell this story in this video because it fits the theme of the video. But anyways, one day, there was this guy at my school, right? Now, he wasn't necessarily like the principal or anything, but at one point he was a gym teacher. But when I first got to the high school, he was now the dean at the school, right? So bro was moving up the ranks essentially. So at one point his plan was to probably be the principal, which would absolutely not shock me at all. And I guess we'll call this guy Mr. Deere. We'll give him a name. Like, that dude was looking like he'd wear John Deere merch. So you know what? I'll call him that. Now, me personally, I have only had like one interaction with this dude ever. ever. Like, I mean, I never really got in trouble, so I was never in like the dean's office. From this one interaction and this one thing that I witnessed, I kind of put two and two together, and I'm like, yo, this dude is a weirdo, bruh. You know what? I'm throwing a shot in the dark. I'm just gonna call it right now. So basically, we got in trouble. Like, I was playing basketball with some of my friends, and like, we got in trouble, and this dude was being a real dickwad and telling us to put the basketball away, and he was just basically yelling at us like, oh, it's class time, blah, blah, blah. And I had no idea why he was even there. Like, I mean, we were in gym class, bro. Like, why are you even here? Like, I mean, again, yeah, he was a gym teacher before, but now he's not. I guess today he was a sub. I don't know. And at the beginning of every gym class, we'd like walk around the track, I guess, and just, I don't know why we walked as a warm-up. That was so fucking stupid. I never saw the point of that. But anyways, this dude, he was basically talking to like some of the girls like in my grade, bro. Like, he was really trying to shoot a shot like Stefan over here. Like, I don't know what bro was doing. Like, this man was being a creeper. But it was always weird to me how he would only talk to the girls and not guys. Like, I rarely ever saw him talk to guys. There was this one girl that we'll call Amanda. Now, every time I was in a class with Amanda, I was in like a lot of classes with Amanda, this dude would just sometimes literally pop out the cut and just start talking to her out of nowhere. Like, he would just walk into the class like he fucking owned the place and literally start talking to her. I would see him in the hallway. In one time in my math class when I had a substitute, he just fucking walked in and started talking to her. I was like, holy shit. Like, is this dude just spawning in? I'm like, what the fuck? And that was the first thought in my mind, bro. Is this dude like a creeper? Like, is that why he's talking to her so much? Like, I don't know. Like, I never see him talking to any guys. That's mad weird, bro. Like, some people might be, oh no, he's just a social person. No, I don't see him talking to any guys. Like, if he was a social person, he'd talk to the guys too. And there was an ulterior motive that a lot of people just were not aware of at the time. So at this point, it's been like a couple years since I've walked in through the doors of my high school and had to get up at 6 a.m. for classes. And I had no idea any of this was going on, like, when we graduated. But I guess when we graduated, this dude literally like asked for these girls' Snapchats and like started texting them and shit. Like, bro was really trying to rizz her up. That was crazy. Now that she was 18, bro was like waiting until she turned 18 and then he was like rizzing her. Like, what the and I guess he had like their Snapchat accounts like before they turned 18, but like as soon as they left high school, he would like hit them up and like say weird shit to them. Now, I don't know if he used that as like blackmail or something, like, oh, if you add me on Snapchat and don't tell anyone about it, I won't get you in trouble or whatever. But I heard about this like as soon as I left high school. And when I heard about it, I was not surprised at all. Like, the way he treated certain girls versus like guy students was just so weird to me. But of course, eventually this bozo got caught. I mean, obviously that was gonna happen. Like, I mean, I don't understand why this dude thinks he's just gonna fucking get away with it. Just because you're a dean does not mean you can get away with shit like this, bro. Like, these are the type of people that peak in high school, bro. Like, what do you think? You're still in fucking high school, bro? Like, no, dude, you're a grown-ass man. What the fuck are you doing? So, of course, somebody told the administration about it, and last year, I get a message from my parents. They're like, did you hear about, like, this dean that got fired at your whole old school? I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, a dean got fired? I'm like, I already know who it is. Like, I already knew in my mind. I'm like, damn, it's gotta be this dude. And it all connected. I'm like, holy shit. You know, everything I've seen, like, throughout my school years of him talking to, like, other, like, a bunch of girls, like, for long periods of time, just popping in randomly. Like, what? I was like, genuinely, what the fuck? Like, that is just fucking disgusting. Like, I don't understand why teachers feel like they can do that. But this dude, of course, when he got caught in the act, what he decided to do was he decided to quit before he could get fired. And I don't think he's made any comment on it to this day. Of course he's gonna avoid it. And of course he's gonna quit to just avoid getting fired, because he was right about to get fired, which is why he even quit in the first place. The school and the administration found out about this, and they were going to let him go because somebody told them. People were talking about it a lot in school. It was one of the things that went around the most. And yeah, I don't know what he's doing to this day, but I'm currently smoking bro's pack. And now, I just genuinely can't believe he would fucking say that shit to, like, his students. Like, what the fuck? Comment weird if you made this far, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.